Hey everybody, is this thing on? The audio? Okay. By far, the biggest discounts that we provide throughout the whole year are high school and college student athletes in track and field and cross country. There's a new race that you probably don't know about right here at Lowe's Creek. You're gonna hear about it. First time letting the cat out of the bag. I wish I had a cat in a bag. I could have that be more visual for you. There's a ton of stuff going on. There's running, there's mountain biking, there's road biking, there's vendors, there's food, there's fun, there's beer tents. It's gonna be a whole thing this year. Hey everybody, welcome to another weekly update with Blue Ox Running. It is March 4th. We are in March. We are having great running weather. All right, we have a lot to get to. We have a lot of events coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow is our strength mini clinic with Dr. Kurt Riley before and after our group run on Thursday, okay? Our group run is 6 p.m. on Thursdays. Dr. Riley's gonna be here before that and after that to give us some great tips about strength training for runners. Be here. Just be here. I'm not going to say anything else. He's going to give you some tips. I guess I am saying other things. He'll be here for question and answers about injuries and all of that normal stuff as well. But strength for runners, tomorrow's mini clinic at the group run, 6 p.m. here at Blue Ox Running. Speaking of building flexibility and strength, we will have a foam rolling flexibility night in 2 weeks from now. Still in March 19th, our not Belega, that's a sock. Our Trigger Point rep is gonna be coming here with a couple new products, some demos for you to try out. Even some of you that have done our Trigger Point clinics before, there's gonna be new stuff. We're gonna have a fun time with it. Group run, 6 p.m. on Thursdays. All right, this next event I'm super duper excited about. I gotta make sure I have the right dates because this is our first announcement on this whole thing. All right, you've heard of the Firecracker Fest before. There's really good mountain bike racing, and there used to be just a 5K and a 10K on the trails out at Lowe's Creek for the Red Flint Firecracker Fest. They are putting on a bigger and better endurance festival this year. It is huge. Corba, the local trail association around here for biking, running, hiking, all of that good stuff. They are putting on an endurance festival over that same weekend. Let me make sure I have the right dates here, okay? Red Flint Firecracker Fest, June 26th through 28th. You need to put that on your calendar right now. Right now, absolutely right now. Even if you don't run, it's gonna be a blast. Let me just read a couple of the events that we're gonna have, okay? So, Last One Standing Ultra is gonna be the first event. I'm gonna talk about that in a moment. You're gonna have pizza trucks, you're gonna have a sparkler run and ride, you're gonna have a micro bike rocket race? Talk to me about that. There's gonna be a road bike century, a 100-mile bike ride there. There's gonna be a Last One Standing 50-mile challenge. I could read this whole thing, but what you really need to do is go to blueox.run/LOS. Blueox.run/LOS. That will get you to the right spot for one of the particular races that we're helping put on, and then there's a link to go to the whole Firecracker Endurance Fest as well, okay? I mean, there's just too much to read here. There's a ton of stuff going on. There's running, there's mountain biking, there's road biking, there's vendors, there's food, there's fun, there's beer tents. It's gonna be a whole thing this year. All right, let me talk to you about one of the races, okay? The reason I'm having you go to blueox.run/LOS, LOS stands for Last One Standing, okay? There's a couple different formats to some of the races that we like around here. You maybe not have heard of this concept called Last One Standing, or some people call it the Backyard Ultra. You have a route out at Lowe's Creek on the trails that's a little bit over 4 miles, and you basically start a new race every hour. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to complete that 4-mile loop, but you need to be ready for the next race within that next hour. So there's gonna be a 9 a.m. race, there's gonna be a 10 a.m. race, there's gonna be an 11 a.m. race, and the person that wins is the last one standing. When you cannot run or walk or hike anymore, and you cannot meet that next start time for the next hour, you're out of the race. So there's gonna be a lot of people that start, and then you're gonna kind of filter out the field based on who wants to keep going and who can keep going after maybe a couple hours or many hours. People go through the night on this. There are some backyard ultras out on the East Coast that people are out there for like 2.5 days. They're running like over 150, upwards of 200 miles. Every hour they're chipping away another 4 miles. All right, so we're super excited to bring this to Eau Claire. It's a cool format for a lot of types of runners, and this is why. You don't have to make this an ultra marathon. You don't have to run 100 miles. You don't have to run 20 miles. You don't have to run 100 miles. I already said 100. You don't have to run 50 miles. You can make this exactly what you want it to be, and there's actually 2 different start times. So if you do the math on it, if you do this for 24 hours, you're gonna get 100 miles in because the loop is just a little bit over 4 miles. A lot of people know they might not want to do that much. Some people are gonna shoot for that. Some people are gonna shoot for longer. Some people are gonna shoot for shorter than that. Friday at 8 a.m., we start off on the last one standing, and then at 9 a.m., another race goes on. At 10 a.m., another race goes on, and so on and so forth. We're also gonna have a second start on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. for those of you that want to do the 50-mile challenge along with these hourly races. So if you know you're going to do 50 miles or less, you can start on Saturday morning. All right, so I know there's going to be a lot of questions out there. It's a different format. You can essentially use this however you would want for your training. I know a lot of people that might be doing like a fall marathon or even a summer marathon. Maybe you only want to go 16 miles and you would go out there and get 16 miles over the course of 4 hours and kind of break it up differently. Maybe you're training for an ultra where you know you need to go through the night and you want to use some of these hours during the middle of the night to practice going with a headlamp or something like that. Some of you aren't going to go super long or even want to go super long. Some of you want to go as long as you can, and some of you are just going to use this as kind of good training to break up during the summer. And some of you just want to come out and have fun and hang out, and 4 miles at a time sounds good to you. Do 1 loop if you want, do 100 loops if you want, although that'd be like 400 miles. So do anywhere between 1 and 100 loops. That's the expectation. You can make it what you want. And it's not just one day. It's over the course of 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So once again, get out your phones right now like I am. Go to your calendar, June 26th through 28th. You are gonna wanna be here. It's local here at Lowe's Creek, but this is gonna be a premier event of the summer in the Midwest. All right, for the kids, there is the Healthy Kids Running Series. I'm actually gonna go to their website right now. Go to blueox.run/HKRS. HKRS. Okay, Healthy Kids Running Series. blueox.run/HKRS. All right, that gets me to the right spot here. And if you have a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old, they are absolutely old enough to be in this program, okay? Ages 2 all the way through 8th grade. This is a 5-week program. It's really cool. We helped with it last year with some sponsorship. This year, our kids are gonna be in it. We're checking it out, and it's gonna be a really good event. It's a cool setup. They get to run the same distance at the races every week for 5 weeks and see if they improve. And more than just improving in the times and the distances, to have fun and introduce running and an active lifestyle at a young age. We really love that. Again, it's a national program put on by local runners here. Actually, a handful of runners that have been to this group run. So we'll see you there. blueox.run/HKRS. Oh, by the way, for that program, prices go up April 3rd. So just hop on it now, get it on your calendar. Kids running program starting April 24th and going for that next 5 Fridays. Check out all the information, blueox.run/HKRS. All right, let's talk about some spikes. All right, track and field is here. We have all of our spikes in store. I'm not gonna go through all these, but this is essentially the product that you need to be aware of as we come into March here. Let me give you a quick rundown of what we do for discounts, because these are by far the biggest discounts that we provide throughout the whole year are high school and college student athletes in track and field and cross country. All right, what you need to do is go to blueox.run/student. That will get you to a PDF. You can print it out yourself, or we will have a handful of copies here in the store when you come in and you need help with what spikes to get, what the prices are, essentially what events are helping with each of these shoes, because it is kind of overwhelming. Sprinting spikes, mid-distance spikes, distance spikes. We do have a good premium throwing spike. It's a throwing shoe because it doesn't have spikes. And then we have Brooks, New Balance, and Saucony. Okay, we have ridiculous deals. 30% off all of my New Balance and Saucony spikes. 40% off all of my Brooks spikes. They only make a premium spike. They're usually in that 110 to 120 range, and we put them down to like 70 to 80 bucks, okay? Entry-level spikes are around $40 to $50, okay? They start at $65 to $70 retail. We put them down 30%, and you're gonna get into like this is Saucony Spitfire. It's a fantastic sprinting spike. It's got a rigid plate front to back. It's still only in the 40s. It's less than $50 after your discounts. The other discount we do when you get spikes with us and you're a student and you get your trainers at the same time, we give you 15% off your trainers instead of 10%, which is your normal student discount. That's it for this week, everybody. We will see you next week.